This is Boxing Tickets NI. We're here at the press conference for Crocker Donovan. Delighted to be joined with Short Fuse, Gerard Hughes.
We're back, Murray. Didn't think I was going to, after everything that was going on, didn't think it was going to be here, but we're back at it.
Your last obviously out and obviously was against obviously ruadhan on the card here.
I fought in April, the Conlon show in April, 4 rounds.
That's right.
Looked face. So I had a 4-rounder then, and then obviously me and Rudy were meant to fight in August, and then it was my brain scan failed, so it was a query on my brain scan. So obviously the board pulled the fight, and I had to go through testing and stuff to obviously prove whatever they were saying was wrong. So we got all that done, and now we're here again.
Talk to me obviously about that, obviously going through that, because I guess at that stage you're sort of going like I can never box again. Like, is everything now for you in like sort of bonus territory? Obviously your former stablemate Conor Quinn had similar things in the past. Like that obviously period of time for you is probably dark, at the fact that like that a licence obviously issue obviously has now been rectified, but that licence issue was stopping you from boxing.
Yeah, mate. You know what? Your whole world, like see that phone call. I got the phone call on the Monday of the fight, and it was just Paddy says fight off, and I thought it was on fouls, and I was like, fight off. He says your brain scan's failed. It was weird, mate, because you put in money, you put in investment, you're away from your family and stuff, and then for it just to be pulled onto your feet. Now, you sort of it's not that it's a blessing in disguise, but it's not a bad thing either, because it sort of shows that the board you're not going to go in there if there's something wrong with you. Do you know that way? But I met like the first. I went and seen a neuropsychologist in September, and she says to me, she was like, yeah, like, depending on my findings here, like, depending on basically what I put in paper, you might not ever box again. And that was just like, it was strange a bit, So I'm just glad that obviously it's been all put to bed, and obviously I'm good to go. I've got my licence back, but it was uncertainty, mate. You didn't know what was going on or what was happening, that way.
I guess, more than anything, obviously your health's the most important thing. Like, obviously they flagged someone up that's got checked out. So for you, I would guess they'd give you a very extensive MOT at the fact that they've made sure everything's right. So, like, that there's nothing physically wrong with you there, that you've now been cleared to box again. So you're probably more confident in your head that you know that everything's all right for you upstairs.
That's it, and again, as I said, it's good that these measures are took into place, because, I remember saying to Paddy, I was like, what can I do to fight? Like, can I get another license? And he was like, no, like, once you fail this is like, you have to go through a process. So it was strange, mate, but, I'm not that I'm glad that I went through it, but it just it makes you think and know who is around you and who's genuine and stuff that way as well. Do you know what I mean? Because it's I felt whenever that happened, like, nobody wants to know you. It's like, you can't fight in our shows, you can't sell tickets, so we're just on to the next person. It's like, it's hard, because obviously, there's a good saying that boxing doesn't love you back. You can love boxing as much as you want, but it doesn't love you back. And I just think that I matured a lot through it, because I just sort of realised it was like, you have to be selfish, and you think, you're taking these fights and you're helping people, but then once you can't do them things anymore, nobody wants to know. It's just literally drop you on the next, so it's definitely, I've learned a lot from it, mate, and I'm just glad to be back.
Like, I guess in the, being a part of Tyrone's obviously camp as well, obviously Mamoon and obviously the Dylan Moran fight, it probably helped to ease things for you, but obviously you were able to still be involved around boxing. Like, there's obviously a big picture, obviously you holding Tyrone and Waterford, like, that obviously probably helped keep you sane at a time when probably you were nearly ready to go mad.
Yeah, well, the Mamoon camp, I was until the Monday before the fight, that was when I found out that the fight was off. But up until then, I was in fight camp, but obviously then when you get that news and you sort of go through all the things you're going through, like, you're being put all around the country, mate. You're being just sent to all these different people, and you don't know what like is going to come of it. So now I'm just glad I'm back, and again, obviously I was a good win. Tyrone got a good win in Waterford, and it was like I was frigging fighting that night, for frig's sake.
1st of March, obviously you're back. Your rematch with Rudy Farrell, obviously last time out, obviously was ended as a draw. Like, how quickly, obviously, I guess, from what you've been through over the last couple of months, I guess, the minute Paddy said to you, here's a rematch potential, like probably an instant sort of one for you?
Yeah, well, there was talk about Callum Turnbull for this, and then I think it was put to Rudy. Would he take it? Because the matchroom had only said there was only enough for an 8-rounder, and then it was put to Rudy, and Rudy accepted it. So, in my opinion, fair play. Rudy's went on, and Rudy's done what we all want to do. He's won the Celt, he's won the Irish, so that puts him number one. Really, he's the Irish champion. So I would rather fight Rudy than fight Turnbull. I think Rudy's a better opponent, and that's what I'm saying. It's a better fight. It's a bigger fight as well.
Like when we had initially obviously done, when he's supposed to rematch, you had sort of said, he's been training above levels sort of for that. Like from what he's confidence-wise for Rudy, probably he's on the top of the mountain at the moment. Like this is a big moment for you. Obviously you beat him. Like there's no title on the line for this, but like you beat him and you become sort of the number one in Ireland in super bantam.
Well, that's it, and again, fair play to him, he's made improvements and he's riding the crest of a wave, do you know what I mean? And, if you look at it on paper, I'm up against it, really, because I've only he's went and had two good, an 8-round and a 10-round fight, both for titles, and I'm coming in off a 4-rounder, so, you have to give him his respect, do you know what I'm saying? I think that first time that, you sort of get used to fighting journeymen, you only see them as an opponent, and then, I don't think I've respected him enough. So you sort of have to give him his respect and go fair play to him. He's done. He's the champion. Do you know what I mean? So give him his respect and fair play to him. But I'll be hopefully coming to stop it.
Is the pressure probably more on him? Obviously, come fight night. Obviously, I guess from what you've been through, it probably is like bonus territory sort of for you. Like a lot's changed for you in your head, and obviously you're out looking everything else to get. So do you look at it as like the pressure's all on him? He obviously has to win. You're probably maybe expected to get beat. So like, are you sort of thinking of it and going, I can only excel sort of out of this?
100%, but I don't really know. I think there's pressure on the both of us because it's a 50-50 domestic fight in Belfast, so there is pressure that comes with it. Although, I'd be lying to say that all the pressure's on him, do you know what I mean? But obviously he's a champion, so that's all irrelevant, mate, pressure and all that, we're going to get in there and fight, and no matter what, how much pressure's on who or whatever, we're going to fight on the night and the best man will win.
Seems to be, obviously, it's going to be a card sort of full of domestic fights. Obviously, Lewis and Paddy, top of the bill. Stephen Ward and Tommy McCarthy obviously fighting you and Rudy. Like it's something that we really need it in Irish boxing. We've seen so many domestic fights and so many great domestic fights. Like probably the perfect sort of card to match from building these domestic fights, which pushes people on the next level.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great card. Like that. This is the platform domestic fights should be happening on. Like these are massive platforms. And don't get me wrong, you take your small hall shows and stuff, and they're a big part of building you as a fighter. But I think that if you're gonna, especially for me being out of the ring as well, if you're going to take fights like this, you need paid for it, and you need the platform that if you win, you can springboard on. There's Rudy. Rudy fought Conor Kerr, won the Irish title. He's number one, and in his eyes, he's technically cleared up the division, but yet he's back in another domestic. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if it was on a bigger show, they'd probably be looking elsewhere or a promotional deal or something. So you definitely need to be fighting on these sort of cards to when you're taking fights like domestics and 50-50s.
How do you see the fight going 1st of March? I guess probably more than anything, probably a win. Like, how do you see the fight going? I guess you've had that experience of fighting it before, the pressure of fighting a matchroom card in the SSE Arena. How do you see the fight going 1st of March?
Well, it's going to be a different fight because he's improved and I've also improved. I did have success in that fight. I just need the fitness to be able to maintain that. That's all. But again, fair play to Terry and stuff and Rudy. They've obviously grafted because they've went and even in his last fight, you can see starting the box and stuff. There's a bit of method behind his work. So I think it'll be a good fight, no matter what. But I need to be fit as anything for this fight, and I know that it's going to be a great fight.
Well, look, obviously we know we're about to do the press conference here. Obviously it's great to see you back. Obviously great to see you back in another domestic fight as well. Obviously enjoy your next sort of 5 weeks at camp, and I'm sure we'll see you in fight week.
Thank you very much, Marty. Thank you.
Cheers, Gerard. Thank you.